Residential garage door service is a service that we offer. We go in anytime there's any kind of a problem. Somebody calls us, the garage door is not going up and down, it's not operating, it's not hopefully it's still on the track. You know, we get all those kind of crazy calls. We show up, we have fully stocked vans. Most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, we've got all the parts that are needed to be able to repair just about any garage door you can imagine. And the guys do their job. So we repair springs, we repair hinges. A lot of times, even if you've hit your own garage door backing into it, either from inside the garage or outside the garage, we can at least get it functional so that you have a functioning garage door until we can get the replacement on site. So that's a great question, and there's not a great answer to that. A lot of times it depends. It depends on the type of the garage door. It depends on how many cycles you run that garage door up and down per day. Sometimes, your springs will break and the door won't open because the job of the spring is to lift the door. Your mechanical opener, the job of it is just to move the door. So it doesn't have the strength to pull up, a door that weighs 300-400 pounds. If you have not serviced your garage door in the past couple of years, we offer service contracts where we'll come out twice a year, make sure everything is oiled and lubricated properly, and make sure there's no bolts backing out if you use your garage door a lot. Just general service. But I don't know. It's a hard question to answer. What breaks the most? It depends on what type of garage door it is and what part's getting used the most. The service technicians, when they come into your garage, we've been called in. Either it's on a general service agreement or there's a problem. There's two different avenues that you're walking in on. If we're coming in for general service, the guys are going to automatically look at all of the parts that are mechanical right off the bat. Anything that moves, anything that is going to slide against itself. So your springs, when they open and close, the coils are actually sliding against themselves, so they've got to be lubricated. The hinges have multiple points of contact that have to be lubricated. Then you've got rollers that go into the center of the hinge. That stem where it contacts the hinge, it has to be lubricated. Not least, but the roller bearings inside the rollers, they have to be greased or lubricated depending on what type they are. Then you start getting into the mechanical opener. A lot of times, we check to make sure the chains of the belts are properly tensioned. If they're not, that can cause problems. You can skip teeth on a chain. Belts can, do bad things. If they're not properly tensioned, we check those. Then after that, the guys will just check to see if there's been any damage done to the door by somebody bumping into it with a car, something crazy happening. We'll check the cables. So you have two steel cables that connect to the bottom of the bottom panel. And if they're starting to rust, the guys will catch that. When they break, that's a bad day. That's probably one of the easiest ones to look down and when the door's open and check. So we do have this list that we go through, but I don't have it split up into points. If service is not done correctly, it can be a bad day. We do occasionally get calls where the service technicians will walk in and there will be blood on the floor from a homeowner trying to wind torsion springs with screwdrivers. Using a professional to replace springs is always a great idea. There are some pretty high tensile forces inside those springs, and if you do it improperly, you can get injured. It's not to say that nobody can do it that's DIY at home, but you need to have a good idea what you're doing just to stay safe.